Hello and welcome. My name is Tim McCracken, founder of Crypto Academy World. Today, something a little bit different. We're going to go into the day chart on Bitcoin and have an explanation. This explanation is for those that are new to crypto. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the charts and take you on the journey and show you what I see and tell me if you agree. Here is the Bitcoin one-day chart. The one-day chart is very useful for those that are either trading or looking for an entry point in investing to see what's been happening in the last week or so on a daily basis. And a lot of this is actually linked to news events. So I'm going to take you on this journey and explain some of the things that happened here. With the one-day chart, what you'll see is that you'll have a sell down, okay? And this sell down here, 3 days of very strong, heavy selling. What that was the reaction to the Trump tariffs when they were being announced. That was being driven down by the S&P 500. As you can see here, it got overly sold. The traders came in, especially on margin, and pumped that up. Again, got overly bought, and the short sellers came in and sold that down. So when you see two parallel candles as large as this, these climactic candles side by side, the best thing to do in your analysis is neutralize it, right? Because if you look here, that was a V-shaped recovery. Here is a slower recovery. This gives us a better indication. Now, let's move on and look at what happens here. At this point here, this is where the trade tariff wars got really nasty for the tit for tat. What that means, massive loss of confidence, massive fear. Again, S&P selling down, people selling, risk-off assets, Bitcoin being sold. It gets sold down. Now what we want to do is look for signs of recovery. What's happening now in the market is Trump has come out and said, you know what, we're just going to go one for one. So if you've got a 25% tariff against American goods, we're going to put a 25% tariff on you. What that does is it restores confidence. If you want to draw a line, see here to see where this is actually trending, you can actually see when we draw this, is that we're now moving in an upward direction. This is starting to do what we call stair stepping, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up into a higher direction. So what the one-day chart does, it gives you incredibly good insight, especially with world events and news. If you are trading on the short term or looking for an entry point, look at drawing that baseline and maybe a buy limit order around these baseline points here. And that would give you a good entry point into the market. As mentioned at the beginning, this was an incredibly simplistic interpretation to give people new to crypto of how and when you should use the one-day chart. To summarize all up again, especially with news events that are happening in the world. I hope you found that insightful, so please feel free to subscribe. My name is Tim McCracken, and I look forward to seeing you soon.